Welcome back, everyone. Once again, I want to hit on a phone that I love this phone a lot. I think it brought a lot to the table, and I've talked about this phone a ton, and I've just been doing so many iPhone and Apple related videos that I have to bring it back to the roots. And the Samsung Galaxy S8 is still one of my favorite phones ever. I was kind of reorganizing my phones and putting them in different drawers and stuff, and I picked this phone up, I started messing with it, I charged it up, and it's still an amazing pickup in 2020. I know I say that about every phone, but there's just something about the Galaxy S8 that just screams to me that it's still a perfect phone for a ton of people, even though it's not necessarily supported with the latest and greatest software. I think that's almost like a byproduct, and I think one thing I really want to hit on is, not always like about the screen and the way it looks and all that stuff, even though I'm going to get there probably. I want to say that between Android 9 and Android 10, it really isn't that big of an upgrade, and Android 10 to Android 11 is even less of an upgrade in my opinion. Now, the good thing about the Samsung Galaxy S8 is that it's still kind of supported with software. It's still getting software security updates a little bit. And I don't know how often that security refreshes. Maybe it's like every couple months or something, but at least it's still getting something, which is a humongous thing in my opinion. So with that being said, even though it didn't get One UI 2, at least it got One UI 1, and it's still pretty decent. It runs perfectly fine on that specific software, which is great. Now, is it the best? Is it clean? Is it all this stuff? Not really, but it still gets the job done for the most part, and for the price that you're going to be paying for it, which is about $200-ish, I think it's going to be a great pickup for a ton of people. Now, that's for the software side. I want to say one more thing about it. Really, the biggest thing that I was kind of missing from Android 10 that I wanted on all my older phones was the gesture-based design. With the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S10, we have that gesture-based design. We don't have to click the button if we don't want to every time. Now, with the One UI 1, we kind of have it and we kind of don't. It's not gestures. It's just swipe up, swipe up, swipe up if you want to go home, if you want to go back, if you want to click whatever. With the Galaxy S9, basically with One UI 2, we have that capability of having those gestures take over the whole entire display, which is awesome, and that's one of my favorite features. Unfortunately, with the Galaxy S8, we don't really have it, but we kind of have it at the same time. If you're okay with that, then go for it. Me personally, I like One UI 2 because of that, but other than that, dude, they're really almost exactly the same when it comes down to it. Again, little changes here and there, but for the hardware that the S8 has, like I stated before, man, we have that 5.8-inch Super AMOLED display, and the screen on the Galaxy S8, in my opinion, is better than a lot of phones, even like the 11 Pro. I think the S8 probably has a better panel, and when you look at, a 3-year-old phone like the 2017 S8, it's even older than 3 years. Some parts of this phone just have not aged that poorly at all. Like I said, the panel, the micro SD card slot, USB Type-C on this phone, as well as the headphone jack. There's not that many phones out in the market that have all those different types of capabilities. Usually they have like one thing. They have like USB-C obviously, but maybe they'll have like a micro SD card slot, or they'll have like whatever. This phone has a ton of different capabilities within it, and it has wireless charging, which is really cool. I mean, that's kind of a given nowadays, but I think that's one of my favorite things about this phone for sure. And honestly, it just doesn't get the hype anymore that it deserves, in my opinion. You still have a pretty good performing phone at the end of the day as well. I mean, you're getting pretty decent speeds. I'm not going to sit here and say it's like the best performing phone, because obviously it's not, but it gets the job done. And I think for a lot of people out there, I mean, you have to remember, you're still getting software updates through the App Store. You're getting app updates, all those things. So even though, it might not be, the fastest thing in the world, at least the apps themselves are getting better over time, which is another thing to keep in mind. The camera quality is still great if you need to take pictures and everything. For the most part, you're going to be good. If you're taking a lot of indoor photos with really weird lighting, it might not look the best, but I think it'll get the job done for the most part. I've taken billions of photos through these phone lenses, and with the Galaxy S8, I don't really think you're going to complain about it too much. You still have that fingerprint sensor on the back. You still have a pretty decently sized battery, which is another big thing. Obviously, it's degraded over time, but still better than nothing. And ultimately, to kind of sum up this video, man, the Galaxy S8 is still a very, very good phone in 2020. I think for a lot of people out there, if you don't pick it up, that's okay, obviously. But if you have a phone that's older than a Galaxy S8, like if you're still rocking a Galaxy S5 or whatever, I would say, bro, pick up the S8, do yourself a favor. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's not going to cost you $1,000 or whatever. It's going to cost you maybe like $150, $200 to pick up. and you're going to really feel like you have a very good phone at that time. So that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.